Hey guys, what is happening? It is Teasdale here, and we are back for another Pauper League. Just a quick shout out to the people that support our local game store. We have Recollect and Electric Elves Design and Combo Gaming. They do all sorts of good things for us. Electric Elves supply tokens, custom made. Please go check them out on the Facebook link below. Please go check out Combo Gaming. They sell all sorts of sale product at a very good price. So I highly recommend go check them out for anything Digimon, Magic, Pokemon, other TCGs. And finally, go check out Recollect. They are a retro gaming and collectibles company. They also sell singles for Magic, Digimon and Pokemon, etc. And if you go check the link below, there's a card market link below there. Anyways guys, that's it from me and let's dive right in.
It's Pauper time.
That is right, it is Pauper time. And this time we have got red-green walls. This is a take that I'm trying on it from, I've been working with a Paz for this because he's the walls guy. And this is trying like red-green initiative but with a walls kind of stint on it. This is due to the Bard being a defender. So it gives the opportunity for creatures to target creature to gain menace and haste, which is all well and good, but other than that, it's a defender that gives you initiative for 4. The good pull for this is A, it counts for your Axebanes and your Overgrown Battlements, and 2, for secondly, it can sometimes get these guys through. But yeah, let's dive right in. Basically, we're in 14 lands, 13 forests and a mountain. I'm a bit unsure on the mountain because there is potential where you may have to mulligan because you've got a one-lander and it's the mountain and not the not forest. But when you do take the initiative, you do get a permanent red source. So it's a bit of give and take. I will keep an eye on it, see how it rocks and rolls. Then we have 4 caretakers. Standard 1 mana wall, that's a Springleaf Drum. But 1 of each Elvish Mystic Glamour Elf, just for like a permanent mana source. 4 Quirion Rangers, because, well, the card's insane with anything that's mana sources. And we've got 2 Tinder Walls. These are just early wall plays that you can make to try and get established with an army of defenders. And then also, they obviously just make you mana in some capacity. We have 4 Overgrown Battlements and 4 Axebane Guardians. They're fairly obvious. They are the crux of the deck. We've got 2 Waller Roots just as a big body that also make mana. We have 3 Winding Ways and 4 Lead the Stampedes. You just don't want them clunking in your hand, and Winding Ways the worst one compared to Lead. We have 3 Tuk Tuk Rubble Forts. That is, to be fair, this is like the pull for the Cascade build of the deck as opposed to the combo build, because you can just kind of keep going. If you like play like a Rubble Fort and a Battlement with a couple of walls, you can kind of lead into stuff which then like lead into more Battlements, more Axebanes, and then it just gives all your big threats just haste, which is very relevant. Imagine soaring into Board and Pie and a Hunter and they've all got haste instead of just the Board and Pie. Like, that is insane. But anyways, moving on. Then we've got obviously these 7 initiative effects. Maybe should be on 8. Unsure. I can see the Bard being a bit clunky. Like, this guy at least is a 5/4 that actually threatens something. The Bard just doesn't do that. So I can see Bard being a bit lackluster as a 4th. Anyways, moving on. Finally, we have our big threats, which is 4 Altasaurs and 3 Boarding Parties. I like this split, even though Altasaur's a bit more expensive, but you're never really going to get to a time where you're just going to be, oh look, I've managed to have 6 mana, here's a Boarding Party, and be able to have the red open. It's very unlikely. So if you are going off in terms of you have lots of mana, most of the time the Altasaur is good enough and it's green, so you don't rely on Axebane or Caretaker or whatever to cast it. So that's why I think 4 Altasaurs is best, and then Board and Pie is good, and I think maybe you could probably squeeze a 4th one in, but I feel like 3 is probably the safe bet anyways. Moving on to the sideboard, it's a little wonky, just things I'm trying really, more than anything. So we have can't grab today. These guys, which you can't see because of logos. These guys, which are all obviously hittable off lead and wind away, which are sideboard options. So I've got 4 Annihilator's Disciple against the like aggro matchups, Genzo's Life, all that sort of stuff. 3 Gorilla Shaman for like artifact based decks, Affinity, all that sort of stuff, and 3 Fairy Macabres. Obviously they are graveyard based, so anything that does have sort of graveyard interaction, we can look at bringing these in. These are all just similar things, like, you know, this is like an Ancient Grudge or a Deglammer. This is a Weather the Storm in effect, and these are like relics. Like, they're all cheap imitations that are all searchable off lead and wind and way, which is the main pull for me to try these out. Then we have 1 Reap in the Graves, 1 Pulse. There is a split, basically. Like, Pulse you'd bring in against like burn based decks, like decks that are most likely to remove the important creatures but also have that reach of being aggressive. So like Boros or Red Black Madness, these sort of things where they are most likely going to kill your guy, but then you can then bring it, and they also are really good at pressuring your life total, so obviously you get to bring it back and gain 6 life. Reapings are obviously pretty similar, but more on the like the counter base side, because it's obviously really good at getting through the counter magic. And then we have 3 Breath Weapons. I feel like Breath Weapons is probably key in any red base deck at the moment, even if it does hinder your game plan slightly, as our Elves and all that, well, all our Elves, Quirion Ranger and Larmor and Elvish Mystic all get killed by Breath Weapon. Just because I think there's a lot of aggressive decks out there trying to fight the initiative. So that's it for the deck guys, and I will see you guys for round 1. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back to round 1 here. We are on the draw. And how do we assess this hand? This hand's okay. It's very reliant on this Quirion Ranger. So we can Quirion Ranger on 1, and then on 2 we can tap it, tap the land, bounce back around, play it again, play Wall of Roots, or Wind and Way, depending on what we want to do. And then turn 3 we can Wall of Roots and do the land thing, and then play an Axebane. So like, we can cast these, but it's all reliant on this Quirion Ranger. The main thing is, if it doesn't die their turn, it dies the turn after and we get the Wall of Roots. That is also okay because we get a Wind and Way. I feel like I'm going to keep a hand like this just to see how it plays out. It might not work. I could easily see it not working. Island Delver. Okay. Overrun Battlements is a nice one too. Means we can start on Overrun Battlements instead of Wall of Roots. Blue, eh? Is me guy getting snapped? I'll take 1 here, obviously. Our hand is infinitely more reliant on this Quirion Ranger. Okay. I feel like we just play the Overgrown Battlements here. We can Brainstorm end of turn. Okay. Kind of gonna need AKA. Okay. So he's blue-red. It's good to know. There's a lightning bolt there. Another Delver. Jesus. Okay, so tap this, untap this, bounce this. And then play our land, play an Axebane, and we're going to tap this for 2, and play this. So we're now at the point where we've kind of got ourselves going. Might be too late. I just might flip and we're getting hit for 9 here. It doesn't flip. Okay. There's his red source. Hits us for 6 down to 8. Okay. And now he's holding up counterspell. Okay. So, these two are both walls. And we have 3 walls here. So, if I tap this for a bunch of red, and then tap our land, activate this as well so we get a lever red. We get to take the initiative here. Okay. That works out quite nicely. We get a basic mountain. Weird. 4. It's done for 4 green here. So all our stuff has haste. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, is that walls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls. So then I guess we wind him way here, see if he counters this. Because I mean, just untap, play this. If he counterspells this, we can just untap this wall. And then we have 6 mana, so we can just Avenging Hunter. He's in the tank. He's letting that resolve, okay. That's actually quite nice. So we get to untap this, return this, play a forest. Play it in the wall. Red, and then a bunch of green. Quarian, because then we gotta do it again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess I just play this. Let me just choose Forge, I think. I'm going to put 2 counters on here. And we just stack and aggressive. I'm going to untap this, return this. And then 6 mana here. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. So if we leave a green open here, you lose 5. Don't want to sack this too. He's probably going to look at snapping this, and then we just lose the haste on both of these. But if I sack this, and then lead the Stampede to rebuild next turn. If he tries to snap this, I can just target this, so he takes 7. So I counter this. But certainly doesn't really run bounce with obviously being blue-red. Okay. Move to combat. Right. Seven, 12, 13, 14. Is he on 1? No blocks, he's on 1. Get the red sauce. Yeah, okay. Obviously, we don't want it to flip, and then we block what? Oh my god, what did it flip with? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we were so close. Like he was on 1. I don't know if there was anything we could have done differently, because this was obviously always going to be our only blocker. Pretty close. So I think we just bring in these. Probably start cutting a couple of winding ways. And then maybe a boarding party, I think, probably. I don't think I want like Nihilate's Disciple or anything. I don't really think I want Reaping either. I could see us maybe wanting Reaping, but most likely not. I was really close because we just came out of nowhere and just put him at 1. Which is pretty annoying. Like, it was quite a slow hand as well, so we were like a turn behind where we wanted to be. So, but we will keep this. We've got a lead, we've got 3 overgrown battlements. We're kind of just going to do our thing. Okay. I think I probably want to lead on Axebane, even if I'm getting Force Spike, but probably not. Let's go. Okay. So I'm expecting obviously the what is with these art choices, dude? Like seriously, come on, get some taste. What is this? What are these? Please. So. So in 2, play a wall, tap for 2, untap. Play a wall, tap for 3, play lead. Is where we're at, right? Most likely. So we tap for 2, play a wall. Tap for 2, play a wall. We untap this. And then we tap for 3, lead. 1, 1, eh? We play a land, because why not? And we hit for 1. I don't know if it was correct, but obviously our opponent was on 1 at one point. And there was a turn where he played like a Delver and didn't attack and then Delvered, that I could have attacked for 1 with a Quirion Ranger. So, but I think it was maybe too crucial for me, but I could be wrong. I could easily see he was trying to bluff not attacking there. He clearly valued the Delver to not attack, so then maybe I was supposed to then assume that an attack for 1. Could be wrong, but who knows? This is good though that he's like brainstorming and stuff, because basically means that my stuff's gonna resolve, is the way I look at it. Because like now we can only have like lose focus or prohibit. He's gonna bolt my Axebane or something. He's bolting the Axebane. Okay. Bad. Well, that's quite annoying since the Axebane's now just gone, but I guess we also do have this as getting a mountain. So if we play a wall. Play a wall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get a mountain, untap this. Play bad. Seems good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play this. Get the initiative. Get a mountain. Untap this. Bounce this. And we need to put 2 counters on. Probably this. This saves it from Scred. We have nothing to do with that extra mana. Hit for 1. Like, we don't really need this Quirion Ranger now, so I'm fine with attacking with it. If the Delver flips, the Delver flips. He then gets to get a basic land, that's fine if it flips. Sure. Strategic planning. What the hell is that? Look at the top 3 cards, put 1 of them into your hand, the rest into the graveyard. Is this literally like, I'm going to build this deck because it has some ugly art? Yes, you get it for 3, that's fine. You get to take the initiative and get a basic land. I'm assuming an island. You need to play the hand. Coolio. Is he going to play a big 5/5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he can play the big 5/5 if he would like. Go. Oh, what a draw. What a draw. 4, sorry. 8. Big guy. Hiya. Oh, let's go. Let's go. I'll take a Quirion Ranger too. Why not? Why not? What do you want to try and counter? Where are you going? I wasn't finished. Maybe I just take the winding way out completely. Put the board and pie back in. So we go land, caretaker, Quirion Ranger, Tap for 1. Untap your land, untap your Caretaker. And that's kind of it. 1. 2 mana. I think it's still like keepable because we basically have turn 3 Axebane or something. Something close. Thought Scour gets Counterspell and Fjord. Okay. Is me guy down? Or are you playing Summit? 2 mana for Strategic Planning. Brainstorm, land in the bin. Okay. So here I can go 1, tap for 1, tap this. But then I untap this with nothing to tap. So we just pass the turn here. Brainstorm, sure. Um, One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3. Delverino, eh? So 1, 2, 3. Untap this, untap land. Play Axebane. And we have 2 mana up. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad, unfortunately. I just feel like if I Axebane here, it's just going to get bolted. And we've kind of done nothing for our turn. 1, 2, 3. Huh. And he has Brainstormed. I feel like it's probably the best bet though. I would have 2 mana here, but we do not. Just get bolted or squared. Delver flips to a Thought Scour. Okay. We're just strangleholding ourselves at this point. It's quite annoying. And now is at the point where I probably should have led there, to be fair. Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay. So here we can just lead. Probably gets countered. Yep. Yeah, it is quite interesting because obviously this is a lot closer. He's doing whatever he's doing. He's doing his thing. Like, I feel like this deck runs Terror, but I just haven't seen it in all 3 games so far. I'm going to speak too soon, aren't I? Hits for 3, sure. There's 2 counterspells in the bin. Just going to lead again. Thought Scour, sure. Play a land. Play Quinn Ranger. 1, untap. Doesn't really do anything. So we're just going to pass the turn. Oh. It's a killing our Quirion Ranger. One, two, three. Untap. Play a land. Play Axebane for 1, 2, 3. We are pretty close to starting to go off with these two. Learn about the Quirion, sure. We take 3. Down to 11. And he has 2 cards in hand. Breath weapon number 2. 1, 2, 3. For this. And I'm a 1 mana short of playing the Tuk Tuk or the breath weapon. Good to know. So he's played 2 Screds, 2, well he's been 2 Screds, 2 Lightning Bolts, and he's got 3 cards in hand. Please don't have another Bolt, please, come on. Give me a break. Awesome sauce. So I've overgrown Batman's here. I'm gonna have 3 mana. We can Rubble Fort. I just think we probably Breath Weapon here. Just to alleviate that pressure. Probably should have done this in his upkeep, because he might have a... Yeah, come on. He might have just drew that as well. Probably not, but... Seems odd to keep this in as well. Like my deck's full of walls, but whatever. So we're down to 5. Here's the last 2 cards in his hand. Bolt, Bolt. Okay, so he's bolting that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 mana off these. I can just play my land here. Play an Avenging Hunter. He gets to get a basic land, whatever. But I get a red source. And I don't need to tap this. Of course it flips. Of course it flips. Honest to God. Yeah, pretty unfortunate, like, blind flip there. Just managed to draw all his removal at the right time. And Stranglehold us on mana. Big problem with walls, though. Always does that. Anyways, see you guys for round 2. Hey guys, welcome back to round 2. We obviously can't keep this hand. And... we can't keep this hand either. Our opponent begins with 7. Of course he does. Mulligan this. Mulligan this. Okay. I'm gonna keep this. Bottom pie at the bottom. And at the bottom. Tuk tuk at the bottom. And we're basically just gonna go Elvish Mystic into Windermere. Foothills, eh? So I'm assuming we are most likely against. Ooh. Rat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, go away, man, with people with Scred. Honest to God. Leave my shit alone. Yeah. Battleman's here. Just doing our thing. Jabby jabby. Oh my God, go away. Stop doing stuff. Relax. Relax, mate. Relax. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. So, this is free. 1, 2, 3, 4 is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Still a mana off. Get hit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please leave our lands alone. Please leave our lands alone. Honest. Honest to God. Dude. One, 2, 3, 4. Still a land off. I feel like these are almost irrelevant. They're good for like colour fixing, but I feel like we'd only been mono, like red splash green. I can feel like I probably just want to overload on Elves. 4. You got it, pal. You have got it. So I have 3 mana of basically any colour here. 2, 3. So Axebane here. Then we have another red if needed. But now we've got 3, 4, 3, 6, 7 here. As long as now dies. 6, 7. Okay. He's going to alter Sorin at bottom pie. He's going to alter Sorin at bottom pie. Ha! Have some karma. So 3 green, 1 red, and then the rest green. Why not? Do we bottom pie or do we alt saw? Do we bottom pie or do we alter saw? We can also. I feel like I don't need lands. So I feel like I just alter saw here. Let's go, Alter Sorin. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Sir, this is how you cascade. I will show you how to cascade. Do not worry, sir. Hit in the face. We're trading. We're trading. Let's go, boy. Walls and stuff. Go on. Blow up me land. Oh, that's what you doing. It's a bit boring. That is a bit boring. One, 2, 3, 4. 4 walls. Sure. You've made a bunch of mana. Are you going down Forge? You are going down Forge. Okay. Yes. Yes, sir. So, ooh, spicy. So if I go tap, tap, tap this for red, play tuk tuk, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are tapping for. So 1, 2, tap for red. Oh no, I need this. I need this guy. I need this dude. Don't I? I don't really need this dude though. So I tap that for red. Play this. This taps for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This taps for 5. So that's 10. Is that 10? 5, 10. I need 11. So I kind of need this guy. I also need to make red. Which is rather annoying. One, 2, 3, 4. Red, red. So play this guy. Then I'm going to play this guy. And then we have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's bottom pie first. Let's see where we're going to rock and roll with this. Cascade into bad. Okay. I will put 2 counters on. Yeah. So 6. 2 counters, that still doesn't die. I don't need to attack anymore, so I guess we just put 2 cards on this because we got this guy. 1. Do I just give this haste and menace and hit? Because then he has to double block it. Not that it matters. It forces basically either block with these 2 where we kill both, or he takes the 6. I actually like double haste and menace, to be fair. One, 2, 3, 4. So 1 mana off, so I'll just let that go. Hit with this, hit with this. So you can block Hunter. Block with a big Hunter and an Arbor Elf is fine. He still takes 7. Yep. Get out of 10, mate. And then short turn. And if I wanted to, I can double block with both walls here. But that is irrelevant because he's dead. Ugh. Who needs lands anyways? Let's go. I feel like let's bring in a pulse. Why not? And then take out a wind, don't we? And call it a day. Get me, I'm a poet. Okay, was there a multi 4 as well? So we have Caretaker and Quirion, both fine. And then we bottom the I don't know. Also. Ready? Okay. I don't lead on Caretaker here. There's an argument for leading on Quirion because he can thermocast here. He's not going to. So I'm going to play Quirion. Tap the Quirion. And wind them away for creature. Woo! I've played a land this turn, so these are... Oh god. So I can't play these. But, here we are. With a handful of stuff. Go on. Acid Moss, I dare you. Cool. What a waste of a turn, boy. Where are you going? Wasn't finished. Good old shame concede. Let's go. See you for round 3. Hey guys, welcome back to round 3 here. We are on the play. We are mulliganing this hand. This hand's a bit poo. I feel like we can keep this hand, but it is a bit weak. We are very much relying on this over about Andrew and more stuff. I feel like we just bottom the board and party. The reason I bottom the board and party is because we currently have a wall that taps for green. That is most likely to survive. But, okay, even worse matchup for us. Anything with snuff out is bad. Just play this now, as opposed to the Lamor Elf. It's getting snuffed. I'd assume, or cast down. Okay. Sure. Snuff. Brainstorm. Okay. And snuff. Jump. As expected. Play 2 Wally things, or mana related things, and then pass the turn. A land here be okay. Whoo, let's go. Even though it's going to get counterspelled. For 5, eh? Five, 6. So 1 mana off. Weirdly enough, if we actually, like, it's a very rare scenario that if we actually kept the board and pie, we would have been able to cast it here. But that is not the case today. Please leave my Lamor Elf alone. That would be great. Okay. Brainstorms and then try. I'm assuming bottoms 1. Yeah, bottom 1, top the other. Right. Boarding party into Walrus. That's actually not that bad because he's most likely going to counter the boarding party. And then this is giving us mana for the also. Which is nice. So he's played 2 counter spells here. Preordan. And he bottoms 1, tops the other, plays Snow Covered Hand, and then he attacks for 1. Okay. Ninja? Ninja! Why yeah! Sure. You can play your ninja again. And play your fairy seer again, and play another fairy seer. Okay. I'm assuming we have a kill spell for this guy. 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think it's better to do it this way than tap a guy. Oh, anyway. Creature. Let's go! So I'm assuming obviously this is getting killed. In like the near future. Yeah. Then we block here and block here. I don't understand why he's attacking with these 2. Yeah. So we take 2, that's fine. Got 16, even if he has another ninja, that's fine also. So 1 card in hand, right? Okay. Let's go, let's go. guess we... First of all, we tap this for red. And then we play Tuk Tuk. Here's your last spell, A. Okay. That's fine. We'll do this. Then we play this. And then play this. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to do any initiative stuff because he's got a bunch of guys in the air that, you know, it's just a bit annoying. Hits for 3, sure, that's fine. And now we can kind of, he's got 1 card in hand and we can kind of look at Alt Sauron and Barden. And Axebane is also good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Big guy. Axebane's nice. Six. And a red. So we're going to take initiative. Like, he can take the initiative back, like, off us. That obviously is fine. He's got 1 card in hand. Cast down? No. 4 mana, just snuff out. Yeah. Bit annoying, but it is what it is. Obviously, they're in his deck to draw. We don't really obviously have a threat like to attack with, which is the big issue now. Like, we have our Larmor Visionary, but that's basically it. We can give it Menace. Again, irrelevant really. And we draw a Tinderwall. Let's go. So even if I now put a counter on this, sorry, not put a counter on this, put take the thing to give it Menace and Haste, like I don't do anything, like he blocks with these. So we just have to pass the turn here. He gets to put 2 counters on something. We have so much mana, but again, like this is why Walls as a deck, like regardless of the build, combo or Cascade, they are not in a good place because it basically everything just dies to snuff out, and it's so easy. Oh god, cool. Everything just dies to snuff out. It's just too easy for them to interact with you. Like the guy was got a 1 card in hand that he drew off the top, and he drew a snuff out, and our board is gone. And maybe I just shouldn't have played the initiative guy there, but again, what can you do? I have to try and hope that he, you know, that 1 card isn't a kill spell. He'd already played a snuff out and a cast down, so. Is what it is. Maybe it would have been different if I actually kept the Boredom Party on top as in my hand instead of the Altar Saw, because I would have cast it a turn earlier, and then the next turn following that I would have also got a Boredom Party. So that may have been different. But I think this is fine. It's a bit slow, but it's fine. I don't like this nerf 6 stuff. It's really annoying. Island hold up counterspell, eh? Lead. Counterspell? Sure. He has a Swamp in his hand for this. I maybe should have played this. And then he either counters it or he just lets it resolve and then snuffs it out. Fairy Seer. He puts both of them on the bottom. Chain is sure. Rah! Fear me. Ninja! Ninja! Cool. Into Snuff. Snuffy Snuff. Snuffy Snuff. Sure. Give me my wall of roots, boy. I may be dying, but I'm still having fun. Oh my god. Maybe not. Damn Snuff outs. Are we going to draw our one basic mountain to play our bard? Fuck crack. Let's go! We did not draw our one basic mountain. The game is over. It's over! Do 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 do. Oh, let's go! Look at these draws, let's go! Just for reference, in case anyone is wondering, as a Paz will tell you, don't play walls to win, especially in a snuff out meta. Just to let you know. Oh, the third one, let's go! We're on to a winner. Ha! What do you reckon, guys? Do you think we call it the next one? I'll draw a card just for the good times. Ha! Ha! I will see you guys for round 4. Let's go. We're here for round 4. And we are on the play. Can't keep an all on that. Seems pretty good to me. Keep. What am I doing? Probably bottom the bard here. Just because we don't know what we're against, the bard might not be useful. So far we've versed 2 Scred decks and a Snuff Out deck, so we're really honing in on the positive matchups. Blue deck. Fairy Seer. So is it mono blue, or is it blue black, or is it blue red? It's most likely either mono blue or blue black. With the island. Excuse me. 1 card top, 1 card bottom. You got it, sir. Just gonna start with this. Nah. I won't offer that trade. If he wants to ninja, he can ninja. Plays an island. Hits for 1. Are we getting ninja'd? We are not getting ninja'd. Okay. Okay. 1 of roots. Would you like to spell stir that? Sure. You, sir, can spell stir that. I will play Query Ranger. Yeah! Go on, block. Block. Do it. Do it. Loser. Three, 4, 5, 6. We do have 6 access to 6 mana at the moment. Sure. None of it is red, but we have access to 6 mana. Ow. Just click my finger. Ooh. So I'm gonna do... I guess it doesn't actually matter. Because I'm not going... Like, even if this does resolve, which I doubt it's gonna. Oh, it does resolve. Oh! Woo! Hoo hoo hoo! Gimme, gimme, gimme a mountain. Rah. Get in there! You little elves. Get in there. So, interesting to see what's in his hand. I'm assuming... Yeah, that's fine. I don't particularly care about that. He's gonna snap my gun. What? What? What you talking about, Willis? Odd chain of events. Like, he didn't need to play that spell stutter there. So obviously, first of all, we must be against mono blue, which is fine. It's here for 3, take the initiative. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we don't have access to 6 mana still. Think, boy, think. I don't know why you're keeping that back, because currently this has trample. So unless you have an answer for this, I don't really know why you're keeping this back. Unless you've got an answer for this and you're playing around board and party. Which if you are, that is smart. That is very, very smart. But again, then I have this. So, I is confused. These mono blue. Spire. Okay. Wait, what? What? Okay, I'll take that. That's cool. Sure. So 3 blockers, eh? Well, that guy's actually nets us mana, so that's good. So we'll play this guy. 2. 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hello. Woo. Woo. So I get to take the initiative, put 2 cards on this guy. I like putting 2 cards on this guy. I like it. And then I get to smack him in the face. Like a big giant headbutt. Ugh! Take my headbutt. 2, 3, 4. So you can't kill... Oh, God. You can't kill this, but he can kill this by double blocking this and we take the flyer out. That seems good. So he double blocks this, that's fine. I don't particularly care about that. And we do it that way anyways, so that's fine. Dude's dead. Trade Yan for Yan. And then we hit him in the face for 7. He takes the initiative back with some fly stuff. And then we take it back by hitting him for some groundy pounders. Is the current game plan. This is actually quite interesting. 1/5s be good. Weird card tech, but I can get behind it, I guess. So he has a spell stutter in hand that he bounced with the Dreamstalker. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he hits for Yan. Hitting for Yan, or 1 for you non-Cumbrian folk. And he ninjas the deep powers. Sure, we take 2. You can put 2 cards on something. Probably a 1/5 to make it a 3/7. Because 3/7s are good. You get to draw a card, so you do your thing, sir. Do your thing, huh? Sure. Play Fairy Seer, sure. I don't know why this F6 is just not working, but. So we attack with both here. If he doesn't have Snap for this, then we're golden. If he does have Snap for this, we are not golden. Because we attack with this. He blocks here, kills this, we kill a 1/1. Woo! So, I feel like we can attack with all 3. We attack with this, this, and this. Because we just want to take the initiative back. So if he bounces this, and he blocks this, and then blocks this, and we at least trade this for this. But then when there's man, nah, let's send these 2. Can't bother thinking about it. Let's go. Just snap for this. We do replay it though. Unless it's a count spell, obviously. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 mana off. Double Avenging Hunter. Which is pretty darn annoying. You're gonna block this as well. Ooh. I don't like this. I don't like it. Yes. 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 Odd. Odd stance to take, but sure. You're on what? Oh no! No! The 1 damage! But if I would have blocked differently if I attack with this. This guy has trample. So thank you. Hiya! Hiya! Got a cast spell? No, my dude! Cool. Do your thing, honey. So there's these 2 to attack with. If he attacks with this, I'll untap this to block. For obvious reasons. Let's go! Breath weapon. Windaway. I don't know. Seems fine. Do we maybe get rid of the bad for some Nilea's presence? He's playing a blue deck, so it's like not really any interaction. Yeah, that's good. Let's try some Disciples. Dreamstalker the way. Dreamstalker tech. Let's go! So we have land, Kete. I think that's key. It's an obvious keep because we have like our wall stuff going on. We don't have any actual threat, but this is cool. Let's go. She's got a counter spell most likely. So how do we best counter the counter spell? But what happens if it's spell stutter? If it's spell stutter, we'd be sad. We'd be sad. Tinderball. I like it. I like it. Gran. Overbalance. I think we just overbalance because the like. Okay. What? What? What you doing, boy? What you doing, boy? This ain't no fairy. It's a bird mutant. What a weird stance to take. I'm going to not counter your Tinder wall. But hey ho. Man, you do you. Ninja? Ninja! No ninja. Okay. Okay. Axe Bane 2, eh? 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can alter saw, we can just jam an alter saw here. But I don't really like that. I'm going to start with a wall roots. Great. Get a call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wall roots. No wall roots over mountains. Axe bin. Your turn. I have so much mana. Pestamite. What? Dude, be on crack. I don't really understand what he's doing. Like, he could have literally upkeep tapped the wall. Like, I don't know what this guy's doing. I have no idea. I guess I'm in the 1-2 bracket. What can I say? This is a 3-4 though. This should be scary. Not to a 6-5, but assuming he's got a counter spell, makes it's just basically whatever we cascade into. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Boarding pate. 7. Oh yeah, I probably should have actually cast the boarding party first. Because I'd rather the boarding party got counted. What? Oh, I hit a lead. Wait, what? I'm actually, weirdly enough, going to pay for it with the 2 here. Because I don't... would you like to pay? Yes. Thank you. Ho! 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 Let's go! Hiya. Mm. 12, isn't it? 9, 10, 11. Woo! Walls. This is why, not in a snuff out world, walls is fun. In a snuff out world, not fun. No, no, no. No, 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 no. What do I lose? I lose nothing. Oh. Where are you going? I wasn't finished! Well, that's it, guys. See you guys for round 5. See if we can 3-2 this. Hey guys, welcome back to the 5th and final round here. And we are on the play. Let's keep this hand. It's pretty poor. Again, we are reliant on his Quirion Ranger and then reliant on the Overgrown Battlements. But you're playing walls. What can you do? Know what I mean? Our opponent's on 6. He's hard mulligan for that turn 1 initiative. hard mulliganing. Give me that Quirion Ranger. Oh, look. Oh, look, it's snuff outable. Hit for Jan. Snuff this past down. Always snuffing the Quirion Ranger. What are you fearing the most, sir? What are you fearing the most? Be afraid. Be very afraid. Snuff, eh? Oh, he didn't. He was just tanking fuck crack. Sully Crusher. He's on it. On it like a car bonnet. Dude. What's going on? Is he gonna like bait me that I can untap my dude? Is it getting spell stood? It's not getting spell stood. I am really confused at this. This is going to get counted probably. Wait, what? I'm at a loss here. Not going to lie. Complete loss. I'm not going to attack into a spell stir. Even though he should have... Probably unless he had a spell stir and that was what he was wrong. Like, he was thinking that it was going to be better than the Caretaker. No. So we have a lot of mana next turn, assuming that they all don't die. Here's a Fairy Seer. Okay. Ow! My leg is sticking to my chair. Oh, hi. So I guess we can Bard here, hope that gets countered, and then lead, because we have so much mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, eh? Bard. Excuse me. Because I'd rather this get counted than my lead. I'm usually let on battlements here as well. You put 2 cards on the bottom as well, which is good to know. Okay. In case these die, I'm going to get my red source, but I'm not going to play it because I want to probably bounce, do some shenanigans with, nope, I'm going to do this, play this, lead, let's see, draw the line at that. That is interesting. This is getting counted, but like, why that? I guess it draws cards, but I feel like having the initiative on the board might be just as scary. Weirdly enough, I think I'm gonna. I'll lose some mana. That's fine. If he blocks here, like, he just can't take the initiative. And then I've now got 2 guys to kind of threaten the initiative. 1 can gain menace. Oh, wrong button. Whew, nearly. So I have 1 card in my hand, which is a mountain which he knows about. Unfortunately. I did try and bait as much as possible for the lead, but here we are. Sure. Obviously not running, I can't remember what the elf is called. The Springleaf Drum Elf that has reach, the 1/2. Jasper, a Sentinel, so on. Obviously is a big cost for when you're versing this many fairies, but hey ho. We've got a bunch of mana and nothing to do with it. So at this point we're basically just hoping that we draw Borden Pies, Altar Swords, that sort of stuff. Or Hunt Avengers. So I'm probably, if he does nothing here, I know he's in the tank, but I'm probably going to try and give some at Menace. So see if he plays an Augur here, or that. It's annoying. He was lost well. Okay. This is annoying because we open ourselves up really badly to like a snuff out here. So you can't block. It's a menace. We are going to scry too. So I don't want this. I do want this. I'm going to play the mountain that he knows about. And then pass it to him. There's no point in blocking this to obviously lose 5 because he's just going to take them on at the initiative anyways with this. So you might as well just take 2. Surprised he went down the Lost Well route. Brainstorming. Our opponent is just doing stuff. Like, I don't feel the need to commentate on this. He's just basically doing stuff. Like, it doesn't really matter. He's just fixing his hand, making his hand look good, and then he's going to take the initiative and most likely gain a treasure. He's digging. He's put 2 cards on the bottom. He's brainstormed, obviously, so he brainstormed, shuffled, then he preordained and put 2 on the bottom. Like so. He's probably got a counter spell. So we are going to try and, hopefully he attacks with both and then passes. It's not how bad. That's a bit annoying. But him tapping out here is actually not the worst. Yeah. So this is all. Decided not to do anything, so it's not that okay. I'm not doing anything with this mana, so he's gonna probably start his Gordon. If he's Gordon 1, then I feel like I'm forced to attack with the other. But then again, I can just caretaker it. So like, that's fine. Can't spell? There's a can't spell. It's pretty brutal. It resolves. Okay, that's good. We get to go with this guy. Which is actually kind of okay. Like, I know he gets to take the Monarch back. We also get a trade, potentially. Cast down my guy, sure. Okay. But this Gordon means that he has to hit for 2, and then we can basically look at taking it back, assuming he just doesn't jam another guy. With 3 cards in hand. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to block this. It just means he can't use it as a blocker against our 1/5s. I don't know if I want to Catacombs or draw a card. I'm uncertain. I think it all depends on what I draw, I guess. What's the follow-up? Pal, have you got another initiative guy? You dug deep enough. Yep. Now he gets to ultimate his dungeon. And he hits. And he hits. Sneak, sneak, Rager. This is funny. It's funny how dumb this mechanic is. Sure, you've got a 4/7. You've got 2 blockers, so you attack, tapped out, played a guy, got him another guy. And now I basically need to draw well to take this initiative back. Oh dear. We love to see it. We love to see it. I mean, we're not technically dead. I'm still going to hope that we can basically draw an Altasaur. Draw an Altasaur, get in a board and pattern. Okay, so you can't, I think. Draw an Altasaur, hit board and pie, hit a Vengeance dude, and go from there. I guess another big problem with walls, especially in this initiative pile, like, to be fair, most of this argument is due to it being a snuff out deck. Like, snuff out's a big problem for this deck. You just have to accept it. It's got so many moving pieces, you can't not. But this deck is also really bad at taking back the initiative. It's really good at keeping ahead if you get to stay ahead, but it's getting to that point. And obviously snuff out decks like this force you to basically never be ahead. Yeah, there's a chance. 2 mana. Okay, my O3's dead. You got it, pal. You got it. Altasaur. That's on Altasaur. 7. So we're going to lose 5 with it. Yeah, just a pile of walls. I don't think Breath Weapon's very good. Reaping might be okay. Reaping and Pulse. I feel like I want to keep the Winding Ways in though. Probably take a Tuk-Tuk out because you're not really going to be all in. And a Tinderwall, I guess. Tinderwall's no free. It's kind of nice. Probably Aquarian, actually. We just got to keep all this big stuff in. I feel like in this kind of matchup. We have to hopefully hope we can get to the point where we can play them. And take it from there. Hopefully we can 3-2 this bad boy. But not looking likely. Reverse 2 Scred decks, which we managed to squeeze one in because the guy decided to Acid Moss Shame Concede. And then obviously got taken down by the other Scred, which is pretty close to snuff out for this deck. You kind of take advantage of decks like Galv Blast decks or Lightning Bolt decks where you can't really kill like Battlements or Battlements and something. Like, it's quite hard for the decks to like constantly be killing stuff. So, but the fact that Snuff Out works, and to be fair to an extent Scred, works so early, it can be pretty poor. Like, usually it takes a while for Galv Blast to go off, or because it's not just like 3 lands or 4 lands. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. But again, you don't play walls to win in a Snuff Out meta. We are just here to try the Bard, see how it goes. And I feel like if your local metagame doesn't have any Snuff Out decks, which I'll be quite surprised at, it is a fun, valid option. We obviously can't keep that. Do we keep turn 3 Axebane? Again, I feel like we have to keep hands like this. This is my thing with, I think, this deck as well in particular. It's not really like it's not very fast. It looks like it can just go off and explode all of a sudden and get lots of mana, but the way it's built now with like 2 elves or all that sort of stuff, you kind of I probably should have bought my land there. Our opponent's on a multi 5. It kind of just looks like you're going Rapido, but you're actually going about 2 miles an hour. Quiriano. Nice little snuff. Snuffed. No one respects the Quirion Ranger, do they? I'm assuming he probably... did we see a Snuff Out? Dark Ritual Snake? Sure. You got it! Wow, 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 wow! I feel like, unfortunately, we have to lead here. Lead while we can. Bit of a shame. And then pass the turn. Like we're now at the point where the opposite end of the scale as last game, where we have all the bombs and not really the mana. Like we have these two, which is fine. Like, don't get me wrong, it is fine. But we're only playing 1 a turn. So you play 1, it gets counter killed, and then next turn you play another 1, it gets counter killed, and you're just that slow. Like the bottleneck does on mana, and we're just sitting here with a 5, a 6, and 2 7s in hand. Attack 1. I don't understand why he didn't forge there. Odd. Very tame with his Undercity. Okay, so I guess we play this. Did it this way just in case for some reason he's running Force Spike. So I've at least progressed our mana somewhat. So he gets to goad something or create a treasure. The goad I don't really agree with unless he's gonna kill this. I'm sure. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Please just don't kill anything for turn. Just, I don't know, play a Battle Rager. Or a Sneak. Sure. Some along them lines. Please. One time. So he attacks for 1, sure. So ninja. No ninja. 4. Snick. Hard cast Snuff Out. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we kind of Engine Hunter here. Get a basic mountain. Just hard cast Snuff Out as well. Seems odd. Okay, so we can Bard also. So if we 3, 4, we can Bard and over on Barman's, right? Do this for red. Get a mountain. Untap this and tap. Yeah. I should have done that before I played the Bard because of like Snuff Out and stuff, but get a mountain. Forest. Tap for green. So he doesn't get to. So he doesn't lose a trigger because he attacks and he gains a trigger, so that's slightly annoying. But what can you do? But we do have an overgrown Batman's now, and he's kind of got nothing. So I'm assuming he's just gonna Archives here. Very odd because he keeps Gordon with a 1x in play, and then thinking he can kill my Quirion Ranger. It's very, very odd. Take the initiative, sure, you get draw a card. You do your thing, pal. Do 4 cards. So is everyone to play another initiative against Snuff Out or kill something? I'm assuming. Preordain's fine. Just need to get past all these, like, Snuff Outs, let me get a board and things like that. Like, he needs to just take a turn off. 2 cards on the bottom. It's kind of what I'm hoping he does. He's got 4 cards in hand. So I just need him to just chill. Just take a turn off, let me build my board. And hopefully I can go from there. Because I've got bombs in my hand. So, like, that isn't an issue. But I also prefer him also tap out. Or tap low, I should say. Sure. Has he played a land for the time? No, he hasn't. Where's my slipper gone? My slipper! It's all the way back. Ah! It's all the way back here. I found it. Dark Ritual. Sneak. Yep. So it's thrown here. God. Mechanic is so dumb. So he gets a big Gurmy, probably. Or a big Moonsucker. Probably a big Gurmy, I would suggest. I don't feel like it's Spell Stutter. Yeah. Good to know. So, Caretaker Netzer's mana here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Untap 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 7. So we're going to play this first in case we hit a wall. Pulse. I guess we pulse this back. Four. 5. Play this guy. Obviously, we can give this thingy in menace, but he just blocks this. That's actually not a bad shout, actually, because we can give 2 counters to this. We do have the threat, so it's like okay to do that, I think. We got Forge. Put 2 counters on this. It's now an 8/7. Give this haste a menace, and then send. Like, we gotta kill this guy. Just play. Oh my god, go away! Just every time, last card snuff out, or first card to draw is snuff out. Card is so infuriating to play against. Jesus. No, man. Send with this big guy, or not. You just send with the flyers. Hit for 1, sure. Please, please be running out of gas by now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, come on, give me a break. What is this guy like? Jesus. Just constantly. Okay. Anyways. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess we play this. Give this haste, to be fair, and it taps for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I guess we do this first. That's 6. Give this haste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Untap 10. So yeah, we can basically splurge our hand here. Battlements. Altarsaw. Oh god. Tinder wall. No point in attacking, but we don't have the initiative because we didn't hit anything with the initiative. So okay. Pretty poor. We lose 5. So our opponent's almost ulted for the second time. So 1 card in hand. He's swinging. No attacks. Makes sense. We just need something to take the initiative. Lead's obviously really good here. Well, it would have been really good if we didn't get anything but mana and 3 other leads, sure. Big guy. That means we can't answer this. This is our problem right now. Can't answer this and he's just going to keep ulting. So, 3, 5, yeah. Can't really do anything here. Just got to hope we can find something to take the initiative. Because we're not the worst at keeping a hold of it. Excuse me. Like we have mana for days. Yeah. Like he's only running 8 as well. Like Jesus. Simmer down. So it's another Battle Rager. Most likely. Yeah. And a basic land. And then a Brainstorm. So yeah, just Brainstorm and then passed back with an army of crap in play. And 2 cards in hand. So there's a bad. It's not the worst. It's pretty bad when it gets countered though. Doesn't get countered. Okay. So we can... So we can try and goad this. That's something we can look at doing. But he's still this big for it. I think we just have to trap. Put him at 10. And then hope he tries to fight for the initiative. And we've got so much mana here, but nothing to really do with it. Take like a Caravex torch or something at this point. 5 blue. Oh, for a Mull Drifter. Jeez. Okay. So we would get to kill 2 flyers, so we can kill the 1/4 and the 3/6, for example. That's assuming he doesn't have a snuff out. Honest to God, why do I do this to myself? Sure, you're on 6. Swinging in. 2 guys, eh? 2 1/4s. Okay. So he gets to take it back. So he gets to put 2 counters on something. Probably a Sneak. Or the Mull Drifter. So we can give 2 things Menace. Dear. Something to take the initiative. Nope. We got a wall. I don't know why he's went down that route as well. So he's on 6 and he's played 3 snuff outs. He also has 5 minutes left. It's quite interesting because he needs to A, finish this game, and then if we somehow manage to win this game, I don't actually think he's going to get gold that guy, sure. That's not really relevant because again I can just caretaker it. And he can't really attack. Quirion. I'm trying to play this Quirion. Pass back. Gets to draw a card. Oh dear. Brainstorm, sure. I'm gonna play bad. You gonna counter it? No! Weirdly enough, that's his first counter spell. Oh, go away, man. Jesus Christ. This guy literally just constantly killing stuff. We were looking at potentially like squeeze a game out of here, but we're nowhere close now. Like we're stuck on trap, and he has no way of. I don't know what it is as well. The guy literally ults this every time and then draws another initiative guy. Third ult as well. Jesus. And no like flying blockers here. And he's going to trap us. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it in 4? What? Okay. Like, I don't understand this. Like, I have literally nothing that can really attack. I have this, these two. So, like, sending it all in isn't really going to do anything. So we get to reaping only once. Reaping once. And then what do we get? The Altar Saw? Maybe I'm supposed to pass the turn. So what we got at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 11, 12, 13. So I can't pass the turn. So I do have to go for this now. And I feel like I have to go for the Altar Saw here. Because the Altar Saw blocks this or this. Cascade. Into. High roll. Potentially. But he's going to counter. Michael, go it. 1, 2, 3. So he's counting the wind and wear. Whop, whop. Honest to God. So block 1 flyer. Oh God. But since we block 1 flyer and also, excuse me, we can't block the battle rages either without taking 5. Really unfortunate. Like, our leads have been terrible and then our cascades have been pretty bad. Bar 1, I think, from memory was pretty good. So infuriating because he's so close to dying A on clock and B, like, actually dying. Send all in. I think we're dead here. So we block here. We block here. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. There's no... Like, we can block these, but we obviously take 5 per thing. So that's pointless. If these didn't have the bottom text, we'd be in a different story here. But it's obviously not how that works. Yeah. Pretty unfortunate. Yeah, pretty unfortunate one. What can you do, eh? Walls is walls. You snuff out decks, or something pretty similar. And we versed 1 mono blue, 2 scred decks, 2 snuff out decks. Can you do? What can you do, guys? Nothing really had changed, to be honest, apart from maybe, like, I'd go focusing on, like, Caretaker's very medium, Tinder Wall's very, very medium. Like, I could see probably cutting 2 Tinderballs and a Quirion. Maybe even a Wall of Roots, and then just go more on the Elvish Mystic. Probably just actually go that route, and then have 2 Tinderballs and a Wall of Roots. Cut, and then add more Elvish Mystics, Lamor Elves, Findhorn Elves kind of thing. Just to maximise the Quirion ranges, because you have so many 3s and 4s, you just want to get them out as soon as possible. Is probably where I'd put it. Because then you've got these 4 walls, these 4, and you could probably go 4 bards. Like, bard was okay. I'd probably go something like this. I wouldn't obviously make them all Elvish Mystics, just for the sake of argument. Probably go to 3 Caretakers, 4 bards. Try something like that. That's probably where I'd go if I was moving forward. I didn't mind the sideboard. I didn't really board anything else in. Like, these I didn't verse, and all I versed was snuff out decks, so like, what do you want me to do? These aren't really boardable. No burns, they aren't really boardable. And Breath Weapon is probably the most card I boarded in. But you're now against decks where it's basically you play the initiative or you play an aggro deck to fight the initiative. So, hey ho, what can you do? So that's the league, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed playing Walls. I think it's a fun deck. Obviously, it's not great at the moment, and it's very rarely the deck or a deck to be like a contender. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a bit of a different take, kind of, from the Rug Initiative decks I have been playing. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.
It's Pauper time.